The price of your flight ticket is shaped by more than just fuel costs or airline competition. Trade tariffs, taxes on imported goods, could soon add a new layer of expense and uncertainty to your travel plans. When tariffs hit crucial aircraft components, the impact ripples through the entire aviation supply chain. It's not just manufacturers like Boeing or Airbus who feel the pinch. The effects reach maintenance hangars, leasing companies, and ultimately, you at the check-in desk. An airplane is a collection of millions of parts sourced globally. If tariffs raise the cost of these parts, airlines must choose absorb the costs or pass them on to passengers. In a fiercely competitive industry, higher costs almost always mean higher ticket prices. We've seen in other sectors how tariffs inflate prices and disrupt supply chains. Aviation is even more vulnerable due to its global nature. So, next time you book a flight, remember? The final price is shaped by factors far beyond demand and distance. International trade policy and tariffs are hidden forces working behind the scenes. These less visible factors could soon play a much bigger role in how much you pay, and even where you can fly. The story of your ticket price is more complex than it seems. Tariffs may soon be a key player in your travel experience. The next chapter in air travel could be written not just in airports but in the halls of power. Former President Donald Trump's talk of significant tariffs has the aviation world on alert. Even as proposals, the threat of broad tariffs on goods from countries like China makes airlines and manufacturers nervous. An airplane's parts come from all over the world, engines, avionics, interiors, each vulnerable to new import duties. Tariffs on metals, electronics, or textiles could drive up the cost of building and maintaining aircraft. The maintenance sector, which keeps planes flying safely, relies on a steady global supply of parts. Tariffs on Chinese electronics, for example, could make everything from entertainment systems to flight computers more expensive. The mere suggestion of sweeping tariffs creates uncertainty, causing companies to delay investments and rethink sourcing. Airlines and manufacturers need stability to plan for the future. Trade policy uncertainty is a cloud that can make every stage of aviation from design to daily operation more costly and complex. The industry thrives on global cooperation, but tariffs threaten to disrupt that balance. An airplane is a global product assembled from parts sourced worldwide. Tariffs on key components, like electronics from Asia or composites from Europe, raise costs for manufacturers and airlines alike. Maintenance, repair, and overhaul depend on affordable, globally sourced parts. Tariffs on spares inflate maintenance bills, which are already a major expense for airlines. Leasing companies, who own much of the world's fleet, will pass higher maintenance costs onto airlines through increased lease rates. Even airlines flying local routes can't escape. Tariffs imposed far away can raise costs everywhere. The global web of aviation means no airline or region is insulated from trade disputes. Tariffs anywhere can mean higher costs and fares everywhere. Airlines operate on razor-thin margins, with high fixed costs and fierce competition. Tariffs on imported parts or new aircraft push operational costs even higher. Most airlines can't simply absorb these increases, so they pass them on to passengers. This means higher ticket prices, new surcharges, or extra fees for services. Even small cost hikes, multiplied across millions of passengers, can make flying less affordable. If all airlines face similar tariff pressures, fares rise across the board, leaving fewer low-cost options. The structure of airline finances means external shocks like tariffs are rarely absorbed quietly. Ultimately, passengers foot the bill for these policy changes. The impact of tariffs ripples outward, making travel more expensive for everyone. In the end, it's the traveler who pays for trade disputes. Tariffs don't just raise ticket prices, they can reshape the route map. Airlines may cut marginally profitable or loss-making routes, especially to smaller cities and regional airports. These cuts hit local economies and reduce connectivity for communities. Airlines might also delay buying new, more efficient planes, keeping older aircraft in service longer. Fewer flights and older planes mean less choice, less convenience, and potentially higher fares for passengers. Tariffs may seem distant, but their effects can be felt in every corner of the travel experience. Investors watch airline finances closely, and tariff threats can send share prices tumbling. Higher costs and uncertainty make it harder for airlines to invest in new aircraft or expand networks. Delayed fleet upgrades mean older, less efficient planes stay in service longer, with more maintenance issues and higher emissions. Passengers may notice more delays, fewer amenities, and less reliable service. Trade tensions can reduce overall fleet availability and reliability, tightening capacity and crowding flights. The effects of tariffs ripple through the entire system. from the factory floor to your seat on the plane. Trade policy decisions made far from the airport can have very real consequences for your journey. Tariffs aren't just abstract policies, they shape the cost and quality of your air travel. Taxing aircraft parts raises costs for manufacturers, maintenance providers, and airlines. With slim margins, airlines pass these costs to passengers through higher fares and more fees. Service cuts, delayed fleet upgrades, and reduced route options can all follow. Investor uncertainty compounds the problem, making it harder for airlines to invest and innovate. The dream of cheap, convenient air travel could face real headwinds if protectionist policies take hold. Tariffs can turn flying from an everyday convenience into more of a luxury. As trade debates continue, remember these decisions affect every step of your journey. What do you think? Are tariffs worth the cost to travelers like you?